So, Sarah, what's popping today?
Well, FIFA is what's popping, and it's been trending ever since the World Cup.
I would think they would have ceased from trending because the World Cup, it's been a week since it ended.
That is true, but do you know how many soccer lovers there are in this world?
They're still talking about it?
Exactly. And of course, Lionel Messi is painted everywhere. The memes keep going and going.
No, but I think the GOAT thing needs to stop. It's now cringeworthy.
It really is.
Because now he is the one saying himself he's a GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the advert where he was folding an empty packet of potato chips?
Yeah.
And then he crafted like a goat out of it. And then he put it there and he sort of sits back looking smugly at the camera like, yeah, who's the GOAT? I'm like, that is so cringy. Like, look, have humility. If you're the best, let others tell us that you're the best. Not you rubbing it in our faces.
Exactly.
What do you think about that?
I absolutely agree. It just needs to stop. We get it. But again, let him bask in his glory, I guess. Let him, write
okay, so in his case, like, he actually is the GOAT. That he is. So he's not someone just saying or just claiming the title out of nowhere. But nonetheless, come on, the humility. You just accept it with grace.
It's his time to shine because we all know he's not the first GOAT. There have been GOATs before him. The way we are saying it sounds funny. It really is cringe. But there have been GOATs before him, and this is his time. So I guess let him ride it. He's maybe, soon to retire sometime. But
and that's...
sorry, you were saying?
No, I was just saying, wouldn't that be something that you say after someone has died? Greatest of all time.
Give him his flowers right now while he can smell them.
Okay.
We didn't give Kobe Bryant his flowers. We didn't give him enough of his flowers.
By the way, that's a very good point.
Yeah, so give him his flowers now. Anyway, so FIFA is investigating how celebrity chef Salt Bae, you know who Salt Bae is?
Nope.
You don't know Salt Bae?
Nope.
That guy who has trended on, he's now a meme. He's like sprinkling salt on
the
steak like that. That is Salt Bae.
He's called Salt Bae.
Yes, well, he's a Turkish chef, and I really cannot pronounce his name, but social media gave him the name Salt Bae after he went viral in 2017 with his, stylish manner.
That whole salt thingy.
Yeah, and he also owns a number of chain luxury restaurants in Europe. But anyway, FIFA is investigating a situation involving him where a number of people gained undue access to the pitch at the World Cup at Qatar, and they were holding and kissing the World Cup.
As in the trophy?
The trophy, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Salt Bae?
Yes, Salt Bae.
Was he sprinkling salt on it?
No, he was not. But he was, covering it in saliva, I guess.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, well, FIFA rules state that the trophy can only be held by a very select few, and that is a select group of people, including tournament winners or GOATs, or FIFA officials or heads of state. And only heads of state that are hosting the World Cup. Everybody else is not allowed to hold that trophy.
I read it somewhere that the trophy that's usually displayed, the one we see, that's a replica.
Yes.
Is that true?
That is true.
And that the actual World Cup, the one that's made of gold, is not usually seen in public.
No, it's not.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
That is also what I heard, but I think so because they just cannot because they put it right there until the whole tournament is done. So you're not just going to leave like a whole, priceless object right there. You feel me?
Exactly. Someone can if Salt Bae can get there, he could have snatched it and run off with it to his restaurant.
Thank you. Well, FIFA did issue a statement and they said, following a review, FIFA has been establishing how individuals gain undue access to the pitch after the closing ceremony at the stadium, and that was during the World Cup final. And they went on to say that appropriate internal action will be taken. They make it sound like he's going to get executed.
No, but it would seem like there was a genuine breach of protocol. He probably should not have been granted access to a sensitive place like that.
Yes.
But if he's as famous as we think he is, maybe he had friends in the right places who just said, hey, look, man, just please, over here.
That's true, because he was sitting in the VIP area with the president of FIFA. He was there with David Beckham. He was also there with Ronaldo.
Can you imagine?
a lot
His
of
claim to fame is sprinkling salt on a piece of meat, and now he's a VIP, global superstar.
No!
I don't get it. It's so crazy.
He owns luxury steakhouses, and his meat, or rather food, I said meat, that came out wrong, but his food is eaten by a number of celebrities, including, the soccer stars and, the elite who he was seated with. So his claim to fame, he became popular because of that. Somebody took a picture and they're like,
but he was already kind
of
a notable person.
Yes,
in that,
he was
in that realm.
Yes, he was. And also still about the World Cup, and this is news. This is the aftermath. Now people rather in France are petitioning and asking FIFA to remove the
what? They want to remove
Sorry. Well, people in France are petitioning and asking FIFA to remove the award and trophy for best goalkeeper from Emiliano Martinez. Do you know who he is? He was the goalkeeper for Argentina.
As I recall, he managed to do a super save. One of the goal attempts by the French side.
Yes, he did.
And actually, and actually, if it wasn't for that save, France might have done better.
That is true. Well, do you remember what he did with the Golden Glove after he won it?
No.
The trophy. He put it on his crotch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and he's been trending. He's still trending for that. Well, people in France want FIFA to remove the trophy from him, remove the award from him, and say that it's a disgrace. So I think that people really take their trophies very seriously.
Did you see the other petition, the one where French people are petitioning FIFA to stage the final again? Mm-hmm. That's also ridiculous.
That is not going to happen. Well, FIFA went on to say, we do not want to be involved in this controversy.
Okay.
But except for kissing the trophy, that one they are like, we are about that life. Somebody needs to get punished.
All right. Well, what else is popping?
Well, the search for the next Miss Uganda 2023 has started, and it was launched early last week. And the search for this year's queen will be conducted in different regions across Uganda, including the north. Why do they say including the north as if it's...
As if some people might think it would be excluded.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. Anyway, during the pageant, a number of former queens were there, including the beautiful Stella Nantumbo. I actually think this woman is the most beautiful.
She's hot. Is she the one that's an actress?
Yes, she is.
That chick is hot, eh?
Well, Fiona Bizju was also there, and also the current reigning queen, or rather outgoing queen. She's called Elizabeth Kagaya. Among others did attend. And during the launch, Miss Uganda boss, and that is Brenda Nanyonjo, she went on to say that because she has held a license to hold the show for 10 years, she decided to celebrate it by organizing it in a reality TV kind of format.
Do you think that'll work?
I don't know.
So
it depends on the execution.
So they'll put the girls in a house, like a Big Brother house kind of thing. See how they interact with the other. But how would that fit with a Miss Uganda, where really you're looking for someone who's objectively talented in certain things, whereas a reality TV format usually rewards scandal and controversy? Right? And we wouldn't want our Miss Uganda representative to be the girl that was the most scandalous.
Exactly.
And who fought with all her friends and fellow contestants. I don't know.
But again, it goes to, how they're going to execute it. And I hope that they do it really well so that we do not have this kind of biases and pick the wrong one. You understand?
Is there an age limit to it? For example, why don't you participate? What's stopping you?
It's because it has never been an interest of mine.
Really? Have you ever gone for a beauty pageant?
Never.
Why you hate being judged and ogled?
I'm always judged. I'm judged every day. You're judging me right now, Fatboy. Fatboy, you judge me more than anybody. You judge me every day.
I can think of several categories where you'd excel
for instance,
beyond the other girls.
For instance, humor me.
Miss Irritating. Is that a category?
It's not a category.
No, like Miss Charming.
That's true.
Miss Intelligent.
Facts.
Miss, what is it? Do they still do swimsuit?
Yeah, they do swimsuit.
Okay, I don't know about that. You've been eating a few too many donuts.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
But perhaps in a future life.
Yep. She also went on, and this is the boss for Miss Uganda. She went on to thank all the sponsors and everybody who has, been around and helped the brand go up. But the funny thing is that I think after maybe the mid 2000s, I stopped following, the pageant. I don't know. I think it fell off, or it got boring, or maybe they didn't do enough publicity to it. So I hope this time round they make it a really big deal.
Well, I feel like this year, or in the last 12 months, like ever since the events circuit opened up and people were now staging shows and events, I feel like Ugandans have an appetite for that kind of activity. Very few shows in the last few months have flopped. So I have a feeling they might succeed in doing something really big. And if they put together the usual suspects, if they, for example, get Fenon to do the stage, it'll probably look very pretty.
Absolutely.
And maybe they'll get a production company to do like the choreography and the dancing. This could turn out to be very big if they're serious.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. But they have so much. At least for me, someone who used to diligently watch it. Remember back in the time when Sylvia Wari was running it? I always watch. Like Miss Uganda, watching it was a tradition in my household. We used to follow the pageant from start to finish, all the way to Miss World. Yeah, it was that serious. So Brenda has a lot of work to do. At least for me, maybe people now in this generation think she's doing a good job, but I think for me, she still has some really big shoes to fill.
Okay, well, do we know when it's going to take place?
No, she hasn't yet set a date, but she did say starting next year, early next year.
The hunt is on.
I think around maybe February, then they'll start, looking for the next Miss Uganda.
So do you think they're going to break the mold, or do you think we'll stick to the traditional stereotype of a contestant, which is the tall, slender, like basically a model, cut like a model?
That's what they all look like.
What do you think?
I guess they're going to go with the beauty standards, international beauty standards, because if
tall and slim.
Tall and slim, exactly.
Okay.
So I hope that
diversify.
Diversify.
But what we've seen happening is that they've now created different pageants to deal with that diversity. So now you've got Miss Curvy, where all the fat women go to compete.
Stop it.
for the title.
It.
So I feel like it's balancing out. Everyone has a chance to participate in a pageant of some sort. But anyway, thank you so much, Sarah, for letting us know what's popping. You're listening to the Fatboy Show on RX Radio.